10 years ago,
If that does indeed happen,
Hurricane Charlie put the Bay Area on edge.
Charlie took off all of our roof over.
Now, in 2014, are we better prepared for the storm? From Florida's most accurate weather team, taking action for you. This is the ABC Action Weather Hurricane Special. Safety in the storm.
how you doing, everybody? I'm ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. Thanks for joining us. We're here in Tampa to help you prepare for this upcoming hurricane season. Now, whether you're a seasoned pro or whether this is your first year, we're taking action for you and your family to help prepare you, your home, and even your wallet. Shay Ryan is going to show you some low-cost and even free ways to protect your home. Wayne Shattuck has a special guest surprising one of our viewers. What we were looking for and why this will be crucial for you to have this hurricane season. Taking Action reporter Jackie Calloway is giving you answers to your insurance questions. And we're also going to look back at this 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Charlie, the storm that really put the Bay Area on high alert. Bill Logan has a look at whether the Bay Area is prepared 10 years later. Plus, I'm visiting some of the viewers who reached out to us during that time. But let's start by talking about this upcoming hurricane season. Now, you probably know I'm not really big on long-range hurricane forecasts. Their accuracy are less than 50%. But Colorado State University were the pioneers in the science. For this year, they're predicting 9 named storms, 3 hurricanes, and 1 major hurricane. When we look at a long-range hurricane forecast, one of the biggest factors that go into play is whether or not there's an El Nino. An El Nino is just an area of warm water off the coast of South America, but believe it or not, it has a direct impact on the number of hurricanes we see here in the States. When that warm water increases, our chances of hurricanes go down. But sometimes, even in an active El Nino year, it can still be a very active season.
All you have to do is go back to Hurricane Andrew, right? It was an El Nino year, below normal season. It was the A storm, and it was the end of August, so that gives you an idea how quiet the whole summer had been. And then look at the disaster that happened. And so that's why, you know, it doesn't matter how many storms there are.
Florida has already had a test just recently. A spring storm system led to flooding, evacuations, and rescues from rising waters in Pensacola. Our partners at the American Red Cross were called in to help. They say this should be a wake-up call for all of us.
First and foremost, it's really know the value of being prepared. So imagine tomorrow that there was a major flood that you weren't expecting, and what would happen? Who would you contact? Where would you go? What would you bring if you had to go to a shelter tonight? It's all about preparedness.
And let's not forget last year when Tropical Storm Andrea ripped roofs from homes, knocked down trees, and left a flooded mess across the Bay Area. And we're also reminded of destruction of Hurricane Charlie 10 years ago. It was an eye-opener for the Bay Area. Then Tampa Mayor Pam Iorio was in our studio when we talked about the storm making that turn.
Well, I'll never forget it. I'd only been mayor for about a year, and so here comes this major hurricane. It was expected to come right up Tampa Bay, so it was going to be one of those worst-case scenarios. And we were looking at, well, how prepared are we? Because I was relatively new, and a lot of the staff was new, and we weren't really sure how well prepared we were. And I went to ABC Action News, and I was being interviewed about what people should do in terms of evacuation. We were talking about how we were going to evacuate Davis Islands and Harbor Island and downtown, and how people needed to seek shelter. And so we were going through all the emergency preparedness messages. And then meteorologist Dennis Phillips said he needed to interrupt the interview. And he said, I just have news for the mayor. And he said the Hurricane Charlie is going to make a right-hand turn, and it's not going to hit Tampa.
We're looking at somewhere Venice southward of Fort Myers as opposed to the Bay Area.
I just never forget that as long as I live, the time Dennis Phillips said to me, it's turning away from Tampa Bay. I think it would have been just terrible. We really took that near miss as an opportunity to improve. And today, Tampa is much more prepared than we were in 2004. There's no doubt about that.
After our continuing coverage of Charlie and the other volatile storms that season, Francis, Ivan, and Jean, hundreds of you wrote into ABC Action News sending us thank you emails, letting us know that our information helped you make life-saving decisions. I still have 4 binders full of those emails, and I had a chance to visit with 2 of those viewers in Lakeland.
Dear Dennis, we watched along with Mayor Iorio as the you forecast the jog and the hurricane. It was at that time we became truly alarmed about the storm's path towards Lakeland. The forecasts are always right on target. Because of these consistent predictions, our family has dubbed you our weather guru.
That email from Carolyn Butler Stout was one of the hundreds that meant a lot to us here at ABC Action News as we took action to keep viewers safe during the Big Four of 2004. Charlie, Ivan, Francis, and Jean. 10 years later, I paid Carolyn a visit to her home in Lakeland. Hey, how you doing, Carolyn?
My weather guru!
Oh, Carolyn has lived in Polk County most of her life. She says she's never experienced a hurricane season like 2004.
We had never really had anything that catastrophic hit this area until the four. Like I said, when I think of 2004, I don't think of just Charlie. It's all of those storms.
A trash can on her back porch serves as a reminder of what she went through during Hurricane Jean.
We just watched in horror as the one trunk of this big oak that we had in the back just fell. And like I said, it was like in slow motion, watching this thing fall down and crumble the entire pavilion that we had. It was devastating to us because that's where my husband and I spend a lot of our time out there. I just remember screaming and just sliding down the wall.
The storms of 2004 also had a lasting impact on lifetime Lakeland resident Valerie Yorn, who also emailed us during Hurricane Charlie.
I realized Punta Gorda is where the hurricane was headed, but we needed information regarding the storm approaching Polk as well. And it was so nice that you were covering Lakeland and Polk County. I had never seen trees in our yard bend all the way down, and that was a little scary. And I thought to myself, well, I don't want to be in any kind of a hurricane that's any faster winds than this.
10 years later, Carolyn and her husband have rebuilt their pavilion, but will always be reminded of that very close call.
From Charlie through all of them, it was the most I've been frightened of storms, ever.
Arwayne Shattuck is making a house call to another viewer, and he's bringing a member of the American Red Cross with him. What they were looking for in one family's home and why it's going to be crucial for you too this hurricane season.
I'm Bill Logan in Tampa, where emergency managers will gather to decide whether or not we'll need to go in the event of a storm. We'll talk to them about what that message is and how we need to stay prepared coming up this year.
I'm going to show you ways that you can protect your property in the event of a storm, and it won't cost you a dime.
You're watching an ABC Action Weather Special, Safety in the Storm. ABC Action Weather, the most accurate weather team in Florida.
Trust Banco Doors for new garage doors. Now through Wednesday, a new Banco Complete garage door and opener is just $8.98 installed. We'll also include a free keyless entry. See us now at BancoDoors.com. That's BancoDoors.com. Exceptional service for decades.
House damage from fire or smoke? Who do you call? Call Paul.
Damage from water or flood? Call Paul.
Mold or mildew? Call Paul.
House need a facelift? Call Paul. Fast, clean, right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, 888-728-5737. Call Paul today.
Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. It's why the IIHS named both the Mazda 3 and Mazda 6 a top safety pick plus. And both are named a Car and Driver 10 Best. What do you drive? Now, lease the 2014 Mazda 6 Sport for $199 a month for 36 months.
At Banco Doors, we quote upfront pricing with no surprises. Call us with confidence, and we will serve you with rapid response and no hidden cost. That's a promise I personally guarantee.
See us now at BancoDoors.com.
Starting Monday, get 2 times the... It's 2 times the hottest videos from the web with Right This Minute, mornings at 10 and weeknights at 7:30. Starting Monday on your ABC Action News Station.
Tomorrow, wake up with ABC.
All this month, we're springing into action in the mornings, and tomorrow, we're helping you get involved and give back with volunteer opportunities that help the elderly. How to find what's available right here in the Bay Area tomorrow on ABC Action News in the morning.
watching an ABC Action Weather special. Safety in the storm.
One man who remembers very well the impacts of Hurricane Charlie 10 years ago was our own storm chaser, Don Germais. Don now spends a majority of his time doing volunteer work, some of that for the American Red Cross. But Don still wants to remind everyone how important it is to hunker down before a storm.
I can't believe that it's 10 years already since Hurricane Charlie.
This is what happens when a Category 4 hurricane.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime storm that turned into 4 in a lifetime in a matter of 6 weeks. I remember the roof peeling off the hotel. That's when I knew, wow, this is going to be one whale of a storm. I remember at one point, my photographer, Tim Jones, and I went out to shoot some exteriors, some video of the water crashing and coming up Charlotte Harbor. And we hunkered down underneath the highway overpass to protect ourselves from the wind and the debris that was flying. And that's the first time we'd actually used the word hunker down. I said, Tim, let's hunker down behind here and get some shots, and then we were protected. It was a very frightening experience. I didn't want to relive it, and I did 3 more times that one year. You can never prepare enough. We tell people all the time, get a hurricane kit together. We probably have 1% of our viewing audience that actually does a hurricane kit. They don't, but you really do need to be prepared.
You can go to abcactionnews.com/hurricane to see the important items Don keeps in his hurricane kit. And we'll be talking about the items you should have in yours in just a few minutes. So now the big question, is the Bay Area more prepared 10 years after Hurricane Charlie? Bill Logan takes a look back and a look ahead with those working to keep you and your family safe.
It's a real challenge. My annual conversation with Pinellas Emergency Manager Tom Iovino always comes down to this. Are we ready for the storm season this year, and how so? He says yes, but he also says we are the wild card.
People who don't understand what threat a hurricane poses aren't going to respond properly when the time comes.
Which is why he's reinforcing the rhetoric even as the county readies its new, really reinforced, capable of withstanding a Cat 5 hurricane EOC, just in time for the 2014 storm season.
The Emergency Operations Center we were in was actually the first one set up of its kind in the state. Back in 1985, after Hurricane Elena came through, the county opened up the existing facility that we used to have. This facility now will replace that. It's going to be state-of-the-art.
As will their messaging methods, which, as you may remember, have changed a lot in the last decade.
10 years later, we're still relying on our partners in the media to get the word out to folks. But we're also using the social media. We're also using different messaging techniques.
And that includes everything from Twitter to Facebook to directed messaging from the National Weather Service. But most importantly, by letting locals tell their storm stories on the county's web and video portals.
You don't forget those things. You know, it's hard to forget when you're truly impacted.
Preston Cook wasn't here in 2004. He was in Orange County Emergency Operations, taking care of a lot of Bay Area residents who fled inland. Now he may be the voice telling them to flee.
So that's what's so important, because if we say we need to evacuate, it's serious, and we want everybody that we tell to go. With
1.2 million residents in Hillsborough and another 800,000 in Pinellas, he knows the roads and bridges will be pushed to their limits with those leaving. Partial and voluntary evacuations in years past have already shown that the roads can get very snarled. Speaking of evacuations, this EOC headquarters is going to be evacuated here from Hillsborough County in the next couple of years to build a new center over in the Brandon area, one that's Category 5 rated for all who end up there. But one thing will remain consistent.
When we say do it, know where you're going to go, know what you're going to do, have gas in your vehicle, do the simple things first, be prepared to take action, and we'll be ready to go.
Of course, we'll have a checklist and your evacuation information in our hurricane guide. We'll also have it online at abcactionnews.com. Dennis, back over to you.
Thanks, Bill. We've been taking in questions from Facebook, Twitter, and from my weather web chat. Here's a question from one of our viewers.
Hey, Dennis. My name's Chris from Palm Harbor. Going into the season, what are the best things we can buy to be prepared for a hurricane?
Thanks, Chris. Our meteorologist, Shay Ryan, took that question to an expert to find low-cost and even free ways to protect your home this upcoming hurricane season.
Bryn Johnson moved into her Pinellas County waterfront home last year and needs help preparing for hurricane season. So we called in an expert to offer ideas that won't break the bank.
How do we need to protect doors and windows?
If you're not looking to replace the windows, if it's a little bit out of your budget, there are a number of other options that we have. Hurricane shutters,
polycarbonate panels. You can even put plywood over the opening, and there are different ways to do all of those things.
HurricGuard is rated stronger than plywood and is a lightweight alternative for window protection, but plywood costs much less. Just remember, if your windows are larger than a single sheet of plywood, it's time to call in a pro for safe coverage.
And if you're renting and looking for a way to protect your windows, there is a relatively inexpensive option.
Well, one of the best ways to do that without modifying the house, drilling holes or anything, we carry a Plylox clip. You cut your plywood to fit inside the opening, you put the clips on, and you basically just push the plywood into the opening. It requires no modifications.
Jesse also suggests checking the seals around your windows and doors each year for gaps. Caulking those areas is an inexpensive way to decrease the chances of water getting inside.
So what needs to be brought in and what can stay? We also happen to spend a lot of time in gardening and doing different things like that. Do we also need to move plants and our gardening supplies?
During hurricane season, I would recommend that all people keep their yard uncluttered. Anything that's, less than 20, 30 pounds can become a projectile in 100+ mile-an-hour winds. So it's either tying it down or putting it in the garage. Patio furniture, flower pots, even roofing tiles can be ripped off and can end up in your neighbor's house.
Cleaning up won't cost you a dime, and it could save you a bundle in damage repair.
And if you don't have enough room in your garage for all of the kids' toys and the plants and your patio furniture, Jesse suggests that you move the car out to bring those items in, because that's the safest bet during a storm. Shay Ryan for ABC Action News.
Thanks, Shay. Speaking of taking action for protecting your home, many of you have questions about insurance. Our Taking Action reporter Jackie Calloway has the do's and don'ts coming up next. Plus this.
I'm Wayne Shattuck, along with the American Red Cross, here at one of our viewers' homes to let them know and you know the one thing you need for this upcoming hurricane season.
You're watching an ABC Action Weather Special. Safety in the storm.
Are you a current or former smoker? Do you have trouble breathing or a persistent cough? If so, you may have a disease called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. Research is being done in your area on an investigational medication for COPD. We're looking for people at least 40 years old with COPD and currently have no significant heart conditions. If you qualify, you may receive study medications and study-related medical exams at no cost. Reimbursement will be provided for time and travel.
Contact us at Clinical Research of West Florida.
Or visit us at tampatrials.com.
If you own a business, you know incorporating can be a smart way to protect yourself and your assets. So the question is, why haven't you incorporated your business yet?
Well, my business, it's too small.
Wrong. No matter how small your business, you run the risk of losing all your personal assets, your car, your home, even your entire life savings, if you're not incorporated.
Incorporating is very complicated.
Actually, incorporating is easy and fast. You can do it in just 10 minutes. For your free guide from LLC.com, call 1-800-509-1076.
I need a lawyer to incorporate. That's really expensive.
You don't need a lawyer, and we don't offer legal or financial advice. The only mission of LLC.com is helping people like you incorporate safely, easily, and quickly. Find out how simple it is to protect your family and personal assets by incorporating or forming an LLC. Call now for your free guide, 1-800-509-1076, or go to LLC.com.
Hi, I'm Rob Elder with Elder Ford of Tampa.
And I'm Gerald McCoy. Elder Ford of Tampa is your best deal destination.
Elder Ford of Tampa is on a mission in May to save you even more. Plus, Elder Ford of Tampa is the only place where you can pick your payment. Like a Ford Focus or Fiesta for just $5 a day. Or choose a Ford Fusion or Escape for only $6 a day.
Elder Ford of Tampa on North Florida Avenue.
Is your best deal destination.
You're watching an ABC Action Weather Special. Safety in the storm.
Welcome back. One thing that is crucial during hurricane season is making sure you have your insurance matters in order. Our Taking Action reporter Jackie Calloway has all you need to know and things you should and shouldn't do regarding insurance.
It's imperative you review your insurance coverage right now. When a named storm like Charlie or even a smaller system like Debbie begins to approach, it's too late. Remember, insurance companies stop writing policies after a storm is named. Also keep in mind, homeowners insurance and flood insurance are not the same thing. Flood insurance must be purchased separately and will not take effect until 30 days after you buy it. Flood insurance covers storm surge and rising water. Your standard homeowner's policy only covers water intrusion, such as when the hurricane rips off your roof and water pours in.
There is no such thing as a no-risk
flood zone.
Lynn McChristian with the Insurance Information Institute says a full 20% of flood claims involve homes not located in a flood zone.
Just because you live in a low-risk zone doesn't mean you live in a no-risk zone.
With hurricanes, your homeowner's deductible of $500 or $1,000 does not apply. Hurricane deductibles are typically 2% of the insured value of a home. For example, if your house is insured for $200,000, you would have to pay the first $4,000 in repairs. And if you rent, your landlord has no obligation to replace the contents of your home. Tenants should consider a renter's policy, which covers almost everything within their four walls. A renter's policy can cost as little as a couple of $100s a year. Experts say the smartest move involves reviewing the fine print in your policy before a threat. Highlight any areas of concern and question your agent.
Post-hurricane, you may not have an adjuster that come out for quite a long time.
For example, does your policy cover the cost of a hotel in the event of severe damage? Are your home's contents covered for cash or replacement value? There's a big difference. Also, now's the time to create an inventory of your belongings.
In the aftermath of a hurricane, you don't want to have to come up with all the stuff that you had in your house.
You can save and store both your inventory and all of your personal documents online through free software. We've got a link. Just go to my Facebook page. I've posted it there and click like. Jackie Calloway, taking action for you.
Thanks, Jackie. There's one thing that many people fail to do during hurricane season, and believe it or not, it's a lot more important than you might think. Wayne Shattuck and the American Red Cross are putting a weather guru and his family to the test. What they wanted to know and why it's so crucial for you when we come back.
Welcome to our sales event.
We hear you have great deals.
Yes, but they're going fast.
Toyotas are safe and reliable.
RELIABLE.
And loaded with technology.
TECHNOLOGY.
Finals are tonight.
I was in a spelling bee once.
Spell expeditious.
Well, I didn't win it.
Hurry in now to the Toyota Time Sales Event and get a low 0% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota Camry. That's 0% APR on a new Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Mike, what are you doing? I'm just getting a tan. Can't you feel the heat coming through these single-pane windows? Which means you're also wasting your money. That's why you need to call WeatherTight Windows. We build windows to fit any home and customize a payment plan to meet any budget. Plus, we are the residential experts specializing in windows for single-family, manufactured homes, and even high-rise condos.
WeatherTight Windows, home of the no money down, no interest, no payment program. Call us today, go online, or visit us at our showroom. And don't forget to bring me cookies.
The Pink Plumber fixed my leak, and I helped fight breast cancer. Thanks, Pink Plumber.
If you have a leak, think pink. Call now and get $50 off your next plumbing service.
They replaced my hot water heater, and I helped to fight breast cancer. Thank you, Pink Plumber.
Call now for our $899 water heater special.
Thank you, Tampa Bay, for helping the Pink Plumber donate over $50,000 so far to breast cancer research.
Google Pink Plumber and click the link or call 727-222-PINK.
Season is here at Mater Brothers. That means new arrivals and store-wide savings on new, relaxed Florida lifestyle looks. Everything is in stock, lowest prices guaranteed. Save up to 50% on the coastal casual looks you love. It's the start of season and time for you to save big, only at Mater Brothers.
The program just blew me away. I've lost almost 125 pounds.
Reach your optimal health with Dr. Cesar Lera's medically supervised program tailored to meet your unique weight loss goals.
Visualize, believe, and be the best you. Call me today.
You're watching an ABC Action Weather Special. Safety in the storm.
Hey Dennis, my name is Joey. I live in Trinity, and I wanted to know, I'm making my first hurricane kit, so what do I need?
Thanks, Joey. A hurricane kit is so important in helping prepare for the upcoming hurricane season. And one of our viewers is a little bit of a weather guru, so we decided to put him and his family to the test. Our own Wade Shattuck decided to pay a surprise visit along with the American Red Cross and see just how prepared he really is.
Mike Boylan created his own weather website, SpaghettiModels.com, after the 2004 hurricane season.
I was struggling online to try to find links to spaghetti models.
Knowing his passion for weather, we wanted to see how prepared he and his family were for the upcoming hurricane season.
Hey. Hello, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
And we recruited some help for this mission.
And we brought with us today Janet McGuire from the Red Cross.
And Janet and I had a very important question for the Boylans.
So what we thought we would do today is to find out if you folks have a hurricane kit?
Probably not.
Well,
Janet brought her own specially prepared mobile kit from the Red Cross to show the Boylans what every family should have, which includes a flashlight and batteries, sanitary items like toothpaste and...
A first aid kit is always essential. Do you have enough bottled water? And our guidelines say that you should have 1 gallon per day for each one of you.
A manual can opener and food that you don't have to cook should also be in the kit. And there are other considerations.
If you have medication, you need to make sure that you're stocked up on that.
Also remember copies of important documents.
You're going to need insurance papers, birth certificates, any types of your marriage license, anything like that that you're going to need that cannot be replaced.
And cash is king.
The ATMs aren't going to work if there's no power, and neither will the gas pumps. So you want to make sure you have extra cash in your possession if you get evacuated.
Also consider your family pet.
And you take a picture of yourself and your family with your pet and keep that picture with it, because that's sort of proof that that pet is yours.
A pair of gloves should also be in your kit.
Picking up anything out in the yard there, you're going to need these.
Then there's the item the Boylans didn't consider.
It has to be the toilet paper. Never even dreamed about toilet paper.
Since the Boylans were such good sports, we had a surprise for them from ABC Action News and the Red Cross.
Your own mobile hurricane kit.
We need it because we don't have a lot of these things.
Yes.
Mission accomplished. Wayne Shattuck, ABC Action News.
Our thanks to Wayne, Janet, and the Boylan family. And remember, everything you need to know to have your own family hurricane kit is posted on our website, abcactionnews.com/hurricane. You know, apps are a tremendous way to help keep you and your family safe during our hurricane season. Our new media director, Heidi Barley, and executive producer, Matt Borick, explain how these digital tools can help you.
Here at ABC Action News, we send out alerts as soon as a warning comes in. So if it's a thunderstorm warning, if it's a hurricane warning, you'll get it first on your phone.
You'll be able to find evacuation routes. You'll be able to find if you live in a flood zone. So really, this is an app that you can use in the planning stage.
If there's a storm coming, ABC Action News now actually streams ABC Action News at all times. So if your cable goes out, you have us in the palm of your hand. So you can get the forecast from Dennis, from Shay, from Wayne, from Bill. They're always streaming at your phone. In addition to our ABC Action News app, we have the Storm Shield app, which is a weather radio in the palm of your hands. And you can actually customize it to not only your location, but to locations where you have friends and family as well.
The online hurricane guide is always available at abcactionnews.com/hurricane, and you can find out everything you can find out in the hurricane guide and more, and it's available digitally.
And remember, you can always pick up your free ABC Action Weather Hurricane Survival Guide at any Bay Area Winn-Dixie. Thanks for joining us, and remember, ABC Action News will be available 24/7 during this entire hurricane season.